Hey, it's Real Late Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg. My homie from the West Side, Compton. Problem is in the building.
What it do? What it do?
Welcome to Hot 97, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, you got a big couple weeks going on. In a few days, you're gonna have this BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah, the Cypher, man. I can't wait for it to air.
So what was that experience like?
Lifelong thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all MCs, true rappers that really are in it for the sport, like, that's one of the things that you gotta write off your bucket list before you can actually say you did it, and being at Hot 97.
So you're kind of killing it right now.
God damn it, hell yeah.
and you do it yourself. You've been moving independent this whole time.
Man, I'm a part of a great team. Diamond Lane Music Group, majorly independent. Can't stress it enough. It's us.
And who is it?
It's myself, artist named Bad Luck out of Watts. We just recently signed the R&B act, Casher, and it's just a bunch of dudes that saw something and said, we gonna do it like this.
So tell us your story, man. First of all, why were you born in Germany?
My dad was in the service. My mom was married to him, you know, so I was there. I was there about 9 months. My first 9 months.
Oh, so it was just 9 months, and then, so your mom's originally from Compton?
Yes.
And so then you were with your mom in Compton?
Yes.
And stayed there forever?
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Off and on. You know, you try to move out, this and that, but the house was always there, so I would always migrate back there.
Are you still there?
No.
Where are you now?
Sherman Oaks.
Yo, I got to tell you, one of the things that makes me sort of the happiest is all the rappers I know who grew up in rough spots, particularly in LA. Everyone I ask if they're still there, all of y'all went out and got a nice spot somewhere else, chilling. Still go back, see your people, but have your own new situation.
It's about growth. Life is about progression, man. It's not saying that it's any better there, but I was there for so long. It was like, let me go see something else and learn new cultures and different things and see different walks of life. So that's what it was.
Well, isn't that? I mean, I always felt like that was a real hard part and a kind of contradiction that artists had to live with. Was that if you people always like, I'm still in the hood, yeah. And I was like, but that kind of sucks because the bigger inspiration you would think to people you're around is to be like, nah, if you pop off, you could actually go.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, it's called the hood for a reason.
But you know, it's about you leave the hood, but that doesn't mean you don't go take people. Like, you could go to the hood, go grab people, take them to where you at. Come see what we doing out here.
That's
man.
What I'm saying.
What how man, it's crazy. Like, we were brought up in Compton, and what we thought was normal is not. You know what I'm saying? We were dictated by colors. That sounded crazy. I get why it was such a big deal when I left. When I was there, like, how y'all don't get what gangbanging is? How y'all don't get what like, how you don't understand this? This is all I saw. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's why it's so important to give people the opportunity to see
that. You get a whole new perspective on shit, man. We really came up with some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And just give you a whole nother insight on just who you are.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if you were trying to put on people and you're always in the same neighborhood, you're not exposing them to anything else. It's like, damn, this guy made it all the way. He's still sitting right here. Nah, he's still friends with all of us, but he's got his own spot, and it's actually really nice, and you don't have to be worry about colors or anything like that.
I would hope it's inspirational for, you know what I'm saying, some young nigga that came up off my block that's like, yeah, that's Jason, man. Shit, you see what he doing? I can do that shit too. He went to Centennial just like me. He grew up right across the street from the killers just like me, but he right there. So that's what I get out of it. You know
tell me about how you met dope producer young Terrace Martin. How did that relationship come to be?
Man, we had a mutual friend through music, and I needed somebody to play keys because I was a producer first, and they brought him, and he had so much energy, and he had all this game, but he was like a little older than me. I'm a 10-year vet. I'm like, how the hell you a 10-year vet, man? We young as shit. He'd been through so much, and we just kind of just took a liking to each other. I just talked to him before I came here, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother.
So he's the homie.
That's my brother. He the one that got me all my first checks and everything. Cause you know Terrence, he stays in the right place at the right time.
In the studio, part of a lot of projects, man, always doing something.
Got me with Snoop, man. Snoop gave me my first bit of money ever, and we ain't looked back since.
So what was the first real big break for you? And also, what is the biggest record you've ever been on?
The first break was probably writing for Snoop. Terrence hooked it up. I wrote 3 songs on Eagle Trippin', and I've been on every album since.
I love Eagle Trippin'. Which one?
I wrote Never Have to Worry About That. I wrote the intro record with Corrupt, and I wrote a Telly Roddy record, Breathe In, I think it's called.
And what's that process like when you're writing for Snoop? Do you write with him? Do you do it together? What's that like?
It depends, because at that time he was everywhere, because that's the only reason he had writers. He needed to turn in an album, but he was doing all these tours and stuff like that. So after I wrote the Never Have to Worry About That record first. That's a story about his life. And he heard it, and that's what got me on staff. So then we would do them together.
Because he was like, damn, you were able to write a biographical record about me. You do your work.
Man, and I mean, honestly, that was probably the easiest record to write, because I was able to tell his story from the way the public saw it. he was in it. So when you're in something that's not as big to you, and it was huge for us as artists and just little niggas running around trying to be Snoop, you know what I'm saying? It was like dressing up for Superman and Halloween, kind of.
And then what's the biggest record?
My record, Like What? The record we just dropped, man, last year. It got me all the way here. You know what I'm saying? Before that, probably Function with E40.
Right, that was a pretty big one as well. So you were telling me off the air you're originally from 4 blocks away from where Kendrick's from.
Yeah, we grew up about 4 or 5 blocks away from each other.
So when did that relationship start?
My sister, like, you know what I'm saying, they're a little closer in age than me and him. She always knew him. He went with the girl down the street or whatever. I would see him and stuff. But as an artist, when I knew him as Dot, is when I hooked up with J-Rock, Top, and all them. I was like, man, this little nigga hard. He's just dope. I was like, he gonna find, as soon as he figure out what it is he's about to do. Then later on, he turned into Kendrick Lamar, man, and
here we are. So you know J-Rock for a minute.
Yeah, that's my bro.
Yeah, J-Rock's a good dude, man. Great artist as well.
Top, all them punch everybody.
No, they really are top to bottom a great. Top to bottom, no pun intended. By the way, hold on. Have you seen Kendrick's Cypher yet?
I didn't see it because I wasn't able to attend the awards. I heard they played it in there. I was there when he was recording it, and I had to get out. I was able to just do the little handshake stuff, but nah, the little clip I saw. But I know what that is, man. Come on, man. That's
gonna be mad.
Compton's in the fucking house, bro.
Yeah, nah, y'all doing all right now. Compton's kind of on. Yeah. What do you think is the best, most realistic depiction of Compton on film ever?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? It'll have to be a video. We've yet to have an actual Compton movie. Like,
fine. Let me extend it. General West Southern Coast. California hood movie. Do you think is truest to life of what you've seen? So you can expand to South Central and.
I mean the last. I mean, maybe the last good hood movie was probably Baby Boy. And that was that era. That was even 10 years ago. There's been one there's not one representing this new look in California.
So I guess it's even hard. You know, how old are you?
I'm 29.
29. So at 29, it's kind of even hard to really fully take in how on point a movie like Menace or South Central was, because even they're portraying the early 90s.
Yeah, and that was when that's when it was the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was the truest form of the bullshit. Like, that's when I could not walk around with this on. You get what I'm saying? It was just a whole
isn't that funny? Right when you walked in the room, though, it did instantly cross my mind. Compton rapper wearing all blue, and I asked you if you were affiliated.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, and you're like, nah. It's like,
right.
And it's
but you never could about 10 years ago.
Well, I'm old, so for me, I'm like, I'm 34. I'm I don't know. So is it a point now where if you're rolling around in the West Coast, you don't have to think about colors at all?
I won't say that. I won't say it's over. I'll be a fool to say that. It's just
it's not as
different. Intense. It's different. Like, I probably would have in the early 90s, late 90s, they wouldn't have asked where I was from. They would have assumed. You might get the question now because everybody's just like, well, you know what? We're about getting money. A lot of people are on getting money. I mean, you still have the ones that have the original mind state in their head, but overall, it's just different.
So when you were a kid, did you ever have any? So you were into music?
No,
you weren't into music as a kid.
Basketball.
You were basketball, but you were not in the street.
Nah, I didn't really start dabbling and doing things I had no business doing until I was over 18.
Oh, then you had a little run.
Well, you know. You gotta live, man. I got a lot of children and things. So
how many children do you have?
I got 5 kids.
5 kids?
Yeah. I got a story to tell y'all. This shit gonna get interesting, bro.
Yeah, tell us the story. Tell us the story.
Well, you know the album Diamond Lane America does drop, and you know, time of the year, y'all will be able to hear a whole lot about my story.
Give us a preview though. That is what interests people. People do like to know what the men. How'd you go about getting 5 kids by 29?
A lot of fucking no condoms.
Do it.
A lot of fucking no condoms.
You know you should. You try to pull the pull-out method.
Obviously, I didn't.
You know, it's fun that way too.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned that later in life. I mean, I haven't had any in a while. You know what I'm saying? But
how old's your youngest?
You wouldn't believe me if I told y'all my oldest. Well, my youngest is 3,
and your oldest
is 13.
You have a 13-year-old child.
Life is life. Life is life, man.
Life is life. 13, and
she definitely knows that her father is doing things, and she takes full advantage of it. I love her to death. So. Yeah. When I come to her cheerleading things, she's like, "Yeah, Dad's here, yo, to get the picture. It's fun for me and her." So I was like, "Yeah, she's really having fun."
That's so interesting, man, because you're a grown-up ass dad. In the hip hop game, you're still on the come up,
right?
So it's like like you're a young dude in the eye of the public,
right.
But you're a grown ass man in real life. You've been raising a kid for 13 years.
Yeah.
Any of your kids? Do your kids live with you?
No, they don't. Which is I'm working on changing that now.
How many moms?
4.
So you almost got 5 for 5.
Yeah, man. You know,
almost went perfect.
I was trying to shoot the 100%, but
but
you know what's crazy? Man, you know, I'm in the Hall of Fame with 80%.
Yeah, you are. So that does that involve how far apart? Like how much are you having to go around? Like drive around?
Well, you know, I kind of centralize my things. Like one of them, my mom owns some duplexes out there in the city, so one lives in there, so that's cool. I can just pop up and do my thing. One, she lives in Inglewood. She's wishy-washy sometimes. I have another one that's down the street. Like, they're pretty much within a 5-mile radius.
It's just about, but then you also have to balance 4 relationships with.
Yeah, that's where it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because women sometimes don't know how to differentiate between parenting and personal feelings. Now, I don't have sex with any of them, so that kind of negates some of it. But
with none of them.
Nah, I'm not. Nah,
cut that off.
I mean, that's the only way we would have a real sensible relationship, because
is if you cut that off. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Man, I tell y'all, stop fucking y'all baby mamas if y'all don't want no drama. Because I don't have drama. I mean, we have attitudes with each other because we have to do each other for the rest of our lives, but we don't have like, you worried about my girl or you worried about your man. It's none of that shit. Nah.
Wow, that's some real shit though.
Yeah, you can't play with people's emotions, man. You gotta think that woman looks at you running around that house all day, and you gonna come over there, stick your dick in her, and then leave. Come on, man. It's just you can't have it all. You know
it's hard enough,
right,
to even adjust to the fact. And with you, they see you out on TV, they see you doing your thing. It's like,
well, yeah. I mean, even that, like now, they even have to get used to it because this is fairly new for me. You get what I'm saying? And I'm learning how to juggle different things, so they have to learn how to juggle different things too. What they hear, what's true, what's false. You know what come with this fucking business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you got a life.
Well, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna run out of material.
No,
I think
that is great for your fucking material. You're gonna have a ton of material.
Yeah.
Now, what you got to do, but it also puts extra pressure on you to get paid, to get that guap.
Well, that's always been a pressure, man. I'm from Compton, and that's always been embedded that we have to get paid, man. And I like to look, I like to do things a certain way. So, man, like I said, I had me a brief stint in a couple of run-ins and things that I had no business doing, but right now,
cleaned it up. Cleaned it up nice.
Yeah.
How serious were you about ball?
That's where my name came from. People think I'm like this tough, mean guy. I came from basketball.
That was your nickname?
Yeah.
The Problem or
It was Problem, because I would go to courts and I kept my partner. It ended up being one of my best friends too. He would see me and I was smaller than everybody. Like, man, you giving these niggas problems on the court. I'm just calling you Problem, and it just stuck. And people just started calling me that. Then when I started rapping, I just kept the same moniker.
It's a pretty dope name. Are you aware that there was a late 90s, mid to late 90s East Coast rapper named Problems?
I'm aware of it, but I'm not aware of the music. You know, I'm
gonna put you on. It was some indie stuff, but he was affiliated with some bigger.
With the S? Yeah, that's on there.
I can't remember if it was S or Z. I think it was S. No, I think it might have been Z. Mm-hmm. He had records with this dude Black Attack, just underground New York shit, but good shit. But the name Problem is a hot name. That's funny that it came from ball. So did you
Google it? It was hard, man. Let me tell you, that battle of the Google battle for that. When
I just Googled you, I typed in Problem rapper because I figured it was too tough.
But how much you get right on Google? Before about 2-3 years ago, you couldn't. There'd be Problem rapper and then Game would pop up, or Problems with rappers. It took a lot of work to get it to where I'm on that first page. So that was a fight within itself.
Yo, that's pretty. It's funny. I just I talked to Future recently. If you Google Future, but this is how far he's come. He's the first thing that comes up.
Yeah, I'm like I did it yesterday. Random. It's crazy we talking about. I did it randomly in a hotel, and my Wikipedia was the 5th thing.
That's pretty good.
And I said, "Damn, we done came a long way. We done came a long way.
Started from the bottom of the page.
Started
from the bottom of the Google page.
4, 5 pages. Yeah,
started from the bottom of page 4.
Yeah, we
So were you gonna go play ball in college or anything? Were you that good or no?
I was on the way, and then I just got discouraged. And then a couple of people tried to get me afterwards, like after high school. I was waiting for this growth spurt because my dad was tall, my grandfather. It just didn't come. I graduated, I was 5'1", 5'2". Then I grew like a year later to like 5'8".
So you're a point.
Oh man, but I'm a gunner though. You know what I'm saying? I used to let that shit go.
Oh,
man.
So now I know why you don't play basketball.
I live and die.
I job.
No, I'm living and dying with me, man. I think because I don't have the. There's no pressure to me. I didn't live through life, so I'm letting this man fuck that.
So like AI was your hero. That's what you were. You were a gunner.
Kobe Bryant is still my basketball hero.
Kobe is. I'm a Celtics fan and I love Kobe. I can't.
You can't knock anybody with the demeanor that he has.
No, he's like Kobe is like a rapper.
Yeah.
What did you think of the way people were taking the Control verse from Kendrick?
I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I love when somebody's rhymes and thoughts can trigger that much commotion. You know what I'm saying? That showed how powerful he was as an artist and how powerful what he said, like how powerful that was. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy to me. I really think people kind of blew out of proportion, but, you know, that's rap, man. That's people.
I know. People get too sensitive nowadays, man.
It's cool, though. I mean, we needed that. It shook it up. And I think music will be better. I think a lot of people are getting more edgier with the things they're saying. So
I do. I think it'll ultimately good. And I think the people who are bothered by it will come around to understand. Or regardless, it'll end up creating a dope thing for everyone. I don't think he did anything negative. I think it was a positive moment. Hey man, cool to meet you. You got a real interesting story.
Thank you, man.
You got an album coming top of the year.
Diamond Lane America, get ready for that.
Say it slower.
Diamond Lane America.
Boom.
Diamond Lane America coming at the top of the year. My single, Understand Me, we're dropping it next week.
And BET Hip Hop Awards
BET,
Cypher.
y'all get ready for that cypher, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Problem, Compton Zone.
Man,
Appreciate you. Good
man.
talk.
Shout out New York, everybody, man.
You know.